I want it all. Said I need patience, I told him wait, answer the call. Born for this since I was chosen to fall. The young and they always wanted to see fall. Do it, I'm moving, just pat me the ball. Living unfiltered, my life is too raw. Passing the bar like I'm studying law. They'll know my name by the time that I'm gone. See, I work for this, they knew I had dedication. Manifest prayer and daily meditation. It took me time, I had no problem waiting. I was just sitting there, don't let it take. I had to take a basic fundamental only when I made it. I don't really gotta say it. When I told him I was pacing all my life, I had to do it. It don't mean no delegation. I remember all the days when I was hungry, when I'm facing the rise of a champion, chasing the glory. I hear the chants in the crowd, they adore me. I feel the beast inside of me dormant, about to unleash in all of its forces. Putting in the time, then I wait for the moment. They cannot question my heart of devotion. I'm a ticking time bomb, ready for explosion. But silent making moves, set my plan up in the motion. Witness the rise. I go to battle with them, and my skill is something that cannot be denied. Rise. They want me dead or in prison. See, I got the will in me, I will survive. Rise. Want us to give up and fold. I cannot obey, no, I will not oblige. Rise. Came from the ashes of hell. They know it is futile. Why did they try? Rise. I am beyond, I am the one they all fear. The one for destruction they cause when he gone. The one here to save him, it won't be long. When he here getting ready, better ring that gong. Don't stop trying to put him in a box, in a lock with a weave that's a permanent knot. I'ma crash out, go until I pass out. I will never die knowing I was in the background. Only one shot, I won't back down. Background, yeah, I'm on the path now. Hit him any minute with a shot, they know I'm tagged out. Way too independent, I ain't never need a handout. I'ma keep on going till I know and I'ma stand out. They ain't take me serious, I was just a class clown. Now I'm in the place when the race too fast out. Cause I put in hours, blood, sweat, tears paid out. Now they want time, making sure they all pay now. Witness the rise. I go to battle with them, and my skill is something that cannot be denied.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to another Let's Talk Niners episode. I am your host, Niners Sickness, on this Saturday night, late night show. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a fabulous Saturday. Give me 1 second. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Saturday. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo for all you to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Welcome. It is actually not Cinco de Mayo yet, but it'll be this weekend, or this week. So we're going to talk about it a little bit earlier. Let me go ahead and just welcome some people. We got JDD Durham in the house. We got my boy Daniel Burry Sports. Welcome. So I decided to go late tonight just to talk 49er football. Listen, I've been busy all day. I decided, you know what? Why not just talk football with my peeps and ask you guys how you guys feel about the draft. How do you guys feel about the draft? I know a lot of you don't have your own platform. A lot of you guys don't have your own platform where you can express how you feel. Some of you may like the draft. Some of you may not. I would like to know what your feelings tonight is about the draft. I shared my feelings. I'm pretty sure a lot of content creators out there had the opportunity to share their thoughts on the draft. But what about you guys? What about you guys in the chat? You guys may not have a platform. May not have a YouTube channel. But yet, you're a Niner fan. And you want to support your Niners. And you want to express how you feel. Whether I may agree with you or not, that's yet to be seen. But you are entitled to express how you feel. Most definitely. I just want to welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome those that are tuning in. Welcome. So, the Niners drafted 8 players. They started with 6. They moved down out of the first. And as you saw, they drafted 8 players. Some of you may like the players. Some of you may not. Some of you may like the players, but not necessarily where they were taken. Maybe you have mixed feelings on where these players were taken. Like, our receiver. You might like, you know what? This guy might be pretty good. This guy may help the team, but I don't know if the Niners should have taken him at 33. Maybe the Niners should have looked at a different receiver or a different position, something with more value, people may say out there. So let me ask you guys in the comments. By the way, these are my birds. They may be hawking a little bit here and there. So I apologize for any loud noises. We took a receiver from Ole Miss with our first pick in the second round at 33. I would like to know in the comments what your thoughts are. I would really like to know. I want to give you guys the opportunity to express to me what your thoughts are on, hold on guys, what your thoughts are on the pick. Tarfit, how you doing, girl? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the channel. I would really like to know where you thought this player should have been taken. Should he have been taken at 33? Maybe the Niners took him. This is your opportunity to express. For those that don't have a channel, for those that don't have a platform to express how you feel, I am not here to judge. I am not here to say that you're wrong or right. I may not agree with some of your thoughts, or I may, but this is the opportunity to go in the comments and express your thoughts on the picks. And because I'm opening up the platform, I will put your comments on the screen. As long as they're not disrespectful, I'll be more than happy to put it on the screen and listen to your thought process regarding the picks. No touch my, nope. Now, I agree. And again, like I said, I am not here to judge anybody's comments. This is how you feel. This is the way you're expressing the process of Kyle and John, and I respect it. I may not agree with it, but I respect it. And so I'm not really going to give you my take on whether I agree or not. I'm just going to let your comment be up there, and so that people can see it on the show, and they can reach your comment. And that if you guys want to discuss that amongst yourselves in the channel, you guys are more than free to do so. What's up, Kenny? Kenny's in the house. What's up, brother? My brother from a different mother. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, 49ers, the draft is over. The combine is over. The season is about to begin. We're going into rookie mini camp. Let me ask you guys some other questions. Whether we agree or disagree with Kyle or John Lynch, at this point is irrelevant, right? The players are here. The players have been drafted to your San Francisco 49ers. So whether you agree on where they were taken or who was taken is pretty much relevant. So let me ask you this. In this rookie minicamp, who are you guys looking forward on seeing being successful? Of course, You want everybody to be successful. You want everyone to shine. But who's out of all the draft picks, which player do you want to really flourish on this team? Obviously, in a nutshell, we want every single player to flourish. I get it. But I'll use myself as an example. I really want Keon Black, the running back, to flourish in this system. I really want him to finally be that guy that takes carries away from Christian McCaffrey. I really want to see Keon Black be that guy that can step in and cement himself as a pro in the 49er uniform and take that stigma away from, oh no, Kyle did it again. He drafted another running back. When he did that, everybody felt this. Wasn't that the feeling that a lot of you had when you heard with pick in the third round, San Francisco 49ers select Keon Black, running back, right? From Indiana, Hoosier. A lot of you guys hit that alarm. And for many reasons, you may be right. The Niners have in the past shown that whenever they draft a running back, and particularly in the third round, they have not been successful. They have bombed out. But this kid, I hope he breaks that stigma of bad running backs in the third round. I hope this kid comes in, learns the offense, picks up the offense, and is able to execute to the best of his ability to showcase that he could definitely be that backup running back to Christian McCaffrey. I want to see Black succeed. Not because I want to tell people that I was right on him, but because he's now a Niner. And I don't want this pick to be another wasted pick like in the past. So do I want Black to succeed? Absolutely, 100%. I want him to succeed because by doing that, that means we did not waste a pick on him. And we don't have to say,
bye.
We don't have to say that to him. So hopefully he works out. I'm really curious to see how the Niners come out in rookie minicamp when the vets show up. I want to see what this defense looks like. It's going to be a completely different defense than last year. Raheem Morris is our new coordinator. It is no longer Robert Saleh. He moved on to be head coach of the Tennessee Titans. And now Raheem Morris is our new defensive coordinator. I am very interested to see the defense that he runs here in San Francisco. Tanisha, how you doing, girl? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the late night show with your boy Niner Sickness. Much appreciated. Welcome. So I'm curious to see how this defense looks under him. Raheem Morris, when he was the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons going into 2025, he took Jalen Walker, linebacker from Georgia, the teammate of Mikael Williams. He wanted speed. Then he traded back in with the Los Angeles Rams and selected James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee, another light, quick pass rusher. Robert Saleh, Kyle Shanahan, DeMeco Ryans, they loved the big edge rushers, those big, powerful 270, 265 pass rushers like Nick Bosa. They like the Nick Bosa style of linebackers. They haven't quite found their D Ford replacement. Raheem Morris gets hired as our new defensive coordinator. And now we're drafting Romello Height out of Texas Tech. Red Raiders, 6'3", 240 pounds. We're starting to see a pattern of what Raheem Morris likes. We're kind of getting away from those big edge rushers, and we're going with speed. I'm curious to see how it works out in San Francisco. We haven't seen that since D Ford. And D Ford was a little bit heavier, if I'm not mistaken. Cam, welcome. Cam Morton, welcome to the channel. I am as well, but unfortunately, Kyle wants him to use Y9 scheme. And unfortunately, the wide 9 is trash. I know a lot of people have their views on the white 9. I think with the right, and this goes on every base, with the right personnel, the white 9 works very well. If you don't have the personnel to run a good white 9, it's going to struggle. When Nick Bosa is in the lineup, that Y9 is a little bit better. And now that we have Romello Height, a kid that can bend, a kid that has speed, a kid that will just take right off, run around the lineman, and get after the quarterback. That may change, hopefully, Cam, your perspective of the Y9. But I get it. A lot of people don't like it. Great question, Cam. Yeah, but we're built for the 4-3. Well, a lot of times we run a 5 lineman set. You know what, to me, honestly, looking at tape, the whole 4-3, 3-4 type of, with defenses nowadays, the way that offenses run the ball, sometimes you have a 4-3, but you're running with 5 linemen. You're running the nickel, the dime. So it's not always a 4-3 for say constantly. And they do run a lot of 5-man linemen. And you're going to see that even more now that we have Romello Height. But one of the guys that I'm really excited about, guys, is Osa Digizua. I know he wasn't a draft pick. He was a trade from the Dallas Cowboys. And Osa Odighizuwa is not a bad player. He just fell victim to a lot of D tackles in Dallas. Dallas got Kenny from the Packers in the Persa trade. They traded for Quinnen Williams from the Jets. So someone as good as Osa Odighizuwa just went down the starting lineup because of those other D tackles. So when the San Francisco 49ers traded a third pick for him, I'm really excited to see him in this defense. I think this guy's going to bring havoc. I think this guy's going to press the middle pocket, and it's going to make life better for Nick Bosa and Mikael Williams on the outside. I am super excited about Osa Odighizuwa. How many of you are also with me and are excited about him? I am.
Booyah!
Let's see here. Hold on. Before I read some comments, let me welcome Papa in the house. What's up, Papa? Papa Jay's in the house. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Let me go back to the comments. All I care about is health. Oh my goodness.
Correctamundo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Health is key. And I am with you, bro. I am with you. All I care about is health as well. God knows we need it. Can we stay healthy from 1 year? Yes. Yes, we do. And hopefully with Romello. Listen, I want to ask you guys a question. Like I said earlier, whether we like where these players were drafted or not, that's irrelevant now, right? That's irrelevant. The Niners made their choice. And now all we can hope for is the success of these players, right? So with that said, let me ask you guys a question. Jaden Duggar, is that his name? If I'm messing that up, I apologize. The linebacker that we took. Can you guys see him going after the quarterback? Using him as an outside linebacker? He's 6'5", 245 pounds? Can you see him rushing the quarterback? I know the Niners drafted him as a linebacker. He played outside. He was a safety before, converted to linebacker, played outside. Then he moved to the inside. But with Fred Warner in this defense, there is no way that Duggar is going to touch that middle. Can you guys see him playing on the outside and going after the quarterback? Give me your thoughts on that, your honest thoughts. A cinematic failure of reaching for picks, not for value. For instance, if they drafted an offensive guard that would be a far sure starter, not possibly a 3 to 4 part-time contributor. Let me ask you guys a question. And I'm being sincere. I am truly being sincere when I ask these questions. Again, tonight it's about conversation. It is not about I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right. It's not about that, or I'm wrong and you're right. It's not about that. It's just about having conversation. I get it. The Niners do not invest on the offensive line as much as a lot of us would like them to, right? They don't invest in the offensive line as much as we would like them to. They have invested in Trent Williams, obviously. They brought in some help this offseason. But like my friend JD says, they don't go and get that guard. Although they did get Aaron Banks in round 2, and he kind of didn't work out. So my question to you guys is this. The 49ers do not give up a lot of sacks. Kyle Shanahan, he schemes the offensive line. What do I mean by scheming the offensive line? If you already know, bear with me. For those that don't know, let me explain. At least to my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. No problem being corrected. Kyle schemes up the offensive line. He wants receivers that can get open. He wants receivers that can separate. Why? The faster a receiver can separate from that corner, the faster Brock Purdy can get the ball out of his hands. The faster that he gets the ball out of his hands, the less stress on our tackles. Brock Purdy is capable of moving enough with his legs to buy time. We have not given up a lot of sacks under this offensive line. Now, I don't like our center. We definitely need to improve our center, Brindle. But for a lot of us that hate it or dislike Kovic McKivitz, he has finally figured out the right tackle position, and he's doing well. Is he great? No. Is he a Pro Bowl right tackle? No. Is he good enough? Absolutely. And then Dominic Pooney is holding his own. We have Trent Williams, the best ever to play left tackle. And now we're working out the left guard. But let's be honest, our offensive line hasn't really struggled. Could it get better? Yes. But Kyle schemes those linemen to help out Brock. And I like the way Kyle puts his emphasis on the D-line. They want rushers to make it hard on opposing quarterbacks. He wants opposing quarterbacks not to have enough time to deliver the ball. In 2019, we were a feared defensive front. We want to get back to that. And I think Kyle wants to put more emphasis on the D-line and receiver. He doesn't do it for safety either. Not even on corners. Sometimes I do ask, man, can we get a all-pro at a different position than just defensive end or D-tackle? But they just don't draft linemen. But I don't think linemen has what has hurt us. If you look at other teams, and you may say, well, I don't care about other teams. I'm a Niner fan. I get it. But if you look at other teams, a lot of those offensive linemen, they give up a lot of sacks. Joe Burrow has been getting killed. Justin Herbert has been getting killed. A lot of quarterbacks have been getting killed. And Brock Purdy, not so much. No, leave that alone. What are your thoughts on Mike Evans? I like Mike Evans. I do. I know he has about a year or two left. You know what? I think I could be wrong, or maybe this is just me wishful thinking because I get excited as a fan. Sometimes a new team can bring a fire in a person that they don't have any longer with the old team. Mike Evans has been in Tampa for so long. He has accomplished so much in Tampa, right? He has accomplished so much in Tampa that everything seems to be, leave that alone, guys. Everything seems to be routine in Tampa. He wanted to come under an offensive-minded coach. And he said one of the reasons why he chose, and he did choose the 49ers, is because of Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy. Now, he's not going to throw his quarterback in Tampa under the bus. But you can tell by the way he's talking that he likes the way Brock Purdy quarterbacks better than, I forgot his name over there in Tampa. So I think Mike Evans has something to prove, not to you, not to me, not even to the Niner faithful. I think Mike Evans has something to prove to himself, that he can still play at a high level. That passion is going to come back here in San Francisco. Why? Because it is a new city, a new quarterback, a new coach, a new teammates. I bet he feels like a damn rookie all over again. And that's going to be good for us. How long does he play? I say 2 years, if not more. But we're not paying him a lot of money. If we get 2 solid years from him, we're good. And I think we can get more. I really do. Great question, Tanisha. Great question. Hopefully I can go to Levi's this year. It's on my bucket list. Never seen us play in Cali, but seen us play everywhere else. And 2 Super Bowls. Right on. I like that.
Booyah!
I hope you get the opportunity to go to Levi's. I used to be a ticket season holder in Levi's. But because of my injury, for those that don't know, and I'm going to make it quick, I was paralyzed from my waist down due to an accident, and I was left paralyzed from my waist down, and I was told that I would never walk again for the rest of my life, that I will be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. So and I'm not going to get all churchy. For those that don't or do believe in God, I do. God restored me, changed me, and now I am walking on my own 2 feet, but I still run into pain. And those bathrooms at Levi's, the men's bathroom, are worse than the women's bathroom. No offense to the women. But these men bathrooms is like 5 miles long because everybody's drinking alcohol and has to go pee. And because of my disability, when I got to go, I got to go. So unfortunately, I had to give up on my tickets, watch it from home now. But I love Levi's. I like Candlestick better. That's just me. But I like Levi's. So hopefully, Cam, fingers crossed, I pray that you'll get your first opportunity to go and watch the Niners play at home. And you can be around the atmosphere of the fan base. Because I know when you watch them away, you probably get more of their fan base, although we do travel very well. Now, if you're close to LA and you want to get as close as you possibly can to feeling like you're watching a game at Levi's, go to SoFi. Go to SoFi in South California. You'll get the same experience you do at Levi's. No, leave that cord alone. What's up? Crazy Juice is in the house. How you doing, sir? How you doing? Daniel Cantu is in la casa. What's up, brother? Welcome to the channel. Welcome. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Would appreciate it. Seahawks are in my target for sure. The Niners and Seahawks. That'll be a good game. That'll be a good game to watch, Cam. Like I said, bro, I'll be rooting for you, my friend. I will be rooting for you in the distant background and hoping that you'll get your opportunity to experience a home game, brother. I will be in your corner rooting for you, my friend. I got a good feeling about this. Papa J.
Booyah!
So do I. And and I don't say this every year. And I'm not saying you do either. But a lot of Niner fans every year. Who is it? The Cowboys? Now, I'm not comparing us to the Cowboys, okay? But the Cowboys.
You suck.
But Cowboy fans every year. This is our year. Right? This is our year. Every year. This is our year. This is our year, says the Cowboy fans. Real quick. This is my, I have an extra camera. I'm going to show you around my office a little bit. These are, for those that don't know, I love photography. I do videography and photography. I used to do it professionally. Not so much now, more retired. But if you can see, these are my lenses, my cameras. I have, if you see the camera right here, where's my mouse? This camera here is my my rig. When I want to start filming short films, Niners short films. So if you're in the area of where I live, in Modesto, San Jose, Sacramento area, let me know. I can put you in one of my, either I'm going to do a Niner video or a mini Niner film. But I love filming. So this is all my my equipment that I have there. Just wanted to share with you. But I believe we're going to have a good year, Papa. I really do. I really, really do. Kenny, you never been to Santa Clara either? Well, we got to get you there too, bro. You guys have to experience that feeling. I think they're going to use him as an outside linebacker and go after the quarterback. I just got that feeling. Brad. What's up, Brad? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Want a great question. How many of Kyle's reaches have we re-signed? First and foremost, I don't believe in reaches. I don't. I believe in failures, and I believe in success in players. Some players succeed, others fail. Either you're good or you're not to play in the NFL. I'm not a big fan of the word reach. I mean, the only reach that I can think of is when they reach out the card and give it to the guy to go to the podium to announce the name of our selected player. Let me ask you guys a question. Joe Montana, and I am old school. I've been watching football since the late 70s, early 80s. That's how old I am. Joe Montana was drafted out of Notre Dame in the 3rd round. For those that know, no. For those that didn't, he was drafted in the 3rd round. He was okay quarterback in Notre Dame. He wasn't wowing anybody. If the San Francisco 49ers would have drafted Joe Montana back then in 79 in the first round, Niner fans would have went ballistic. They would have went ballistic. They would have been like, what? The Niners reached for Joe Montana in the first round. But the Niners drafted Joe Montana in the third round. And he's a Hall of Famer. He's the GOAT. Great quarterback, best quarterback in San Francisco besides Steve Young. Joe Montana's the GOAT. But if he would have been drafted based on his college career, people would have called that a reach. And they would have been crazy they would have been going nuts if there was social media back then like it is today. My whole point with that is either you're good or you're not. I don't believe in reaches because they get stitches. Yeah, we struggled. That defensive line for Seattle is no joke, man. It's no joke. I'm a Niner fan. I don't get into some people like to trash, oh, the Rams suck, Seattle sucks. Arizona does suck. But my point being is, though they will never compliment the Rams or the Seahawks because they are in our division. I'm a Niner fan first and foremost, but I have no problem giving credit where credit is due. And that defense for the freaking Seahawks, they're building a beast over there. And we struggled. And a lot of offensive line struggled with that defense. Yeah. And he doesn't get hurt in the sense of, like, I think with him it's the hammies, right? He gets hammies a lot. And that could sideline you for a bit. So hopefully, fingers crossed, imagine a healthy, listen guys, just for a second. Imagine a healthy Mike Evans all year and a healthy Ricky Parcell all year. I know that's hard to fathom. I get it. But imagine that with me for a second. A healthy Mike Evans and a healthy Ricky Pearsall all year. Ooh-wee. We're going to kick some booty in 2026 if those two guys can stay healthy. Of course, everybody needs to stay healthy, but those two receivers, because I love Ricky Pearsall. I think Ricky Pearsall is the real deal. I do. I think he's the real deal. I think this kid's going to be special. The problem with Ricky has been his health. The problem with Ricky, he hasn't been on the field long enough to be consistent of what he does. But imagine a whole year. Imagine the whole year of 2026 with Mike Evans and Ricky Pearsall playing. Watch out, NFC West. Notice a pattern we have when it comes to receivers at the end of their prime. The good thing about patterns can be broken. And I think that Mike Evans, if he stays healthy, he'll break that pattern. And I really believe that Keon Black will break the pattern or the stigma of Kyle always messing up in the third round by taking a running back. Maybe that's just me wishful thinking, but I would love to see that happen. Aquan Bolden? Yeah, I loved him when we got him from Arizona. Now, I don't think he was in Arizona when we got him, but he was Aquan Bolden. And to your point, he was one that didn't get hurt. At least I don't remember. But that's a good name there, Brad. Let's see here. We let go of Jay Wright. The curse of the rice. Not the curse of the bambino, but the curse of the rice. We burn the rice. And you can't burn the rice in San Francisco. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, sir? Welcome. Is that? It is. You have, I can't think of his name. What's his name? Don't tell me in the comments. David Lombardi. You got David Lombardi's face on there. That's funny. Worst draft in San Francisco history.
Incorrect answer.
I mean, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it, bro. But come on. These guys have not even hit the field. Watch these guys surprise a lot of us and be real good. How can we honestly say this is the worst draft in San Francisco history? I've been watching since 1978. I've seen some bad drafts. But honestly, we will never know until 2 to 3 years from now. But we'll have a better indication of which direction they are heading by the end of 2026. If Kyle puts them on the damn field. Now, that's a legitimate argument that we can have. As good as Kyle is, in my opinion, the dude does not put up rookies unless he has to. And that sucks. Okay. Evan's going to be similar to how Adam was used last year in LA. He's going to be getting a lot of the action in the red zone. And the thing about Dijon, is it Dijon Stribling? I screw up his last name. Stribling. He's going to be able to learn a lot from Mike Evans. I have seats from Candlestick. Yeah, I never kept one, but I went to a lot. I was never a season ticket holder in Candlestick, to be honest with you, but I went to a lot of games there. I remember going when the San Francisco Giants still played in Candlestick. That was crazy. Hold on, guys. Am I out of focus? There we go. I love Candlestick, man. Especially in the playoffs. All right, you're from South Carolina? South Carolina, huh? When they play the Panthers, who else is nearby? I'm trying to think that you can go and watch. Who do we got here? CG Sports is in the house. What's up, brother? Okay, first of all.
Incorrect answer.
It's not CG. SJ. I don't know what I was thinking. I looked right at the letters, and somehow my dumb brain still said CJ. SG. My bad, brother. I'm old. Please excuse the senior citizen before you. No, Levi South this year. We play. No, of course. And the reason why we playing in Australia because the freaking Rams requested us. I don't care what Rams say. Whose house? The Niners' house. Whose house? Niners' house. When your own quarterback has to go into a silent count in your own stadium, that's an embarrassment. That is an embarrassment. Freaking embarrassment. What an embarrassment. Yeah, the Rams are good. I know they took Ty Simpson, but they're a damn good team. I don't think they have enough tight ends though, right? Am I wrong? I don't think the Rams have enough tight ends. I think they need to get more tight ends. I don't know what the Rams are thinking. Man, it reminded me of the Lions back in the day when Miller, I forgot his first name, was the general manager. All they had was receivers. Receivers. Now the Rams, tight ends. My goodness, do they love their tight ends in LA. Crazy. That's what I heard. I heard that Jerry Jones Stadium is nice. I heard that the best stadium there is, though, is SoFi. I know it's the Rams, but we own it. I heard that Jerry's World cannot compare to SoFi, for what I heard. Joe Montana is the GOAT because he played here. Bit if someone reached on him. He may not have been the same player because he wouldn't have been with Bill Walsh or Jerry Rice. Now, he won a Super Bowl before Jerry Rice. On the Bill Walsh, I'm with you. But Joe Montana won a Super Bowl before Jerry Rice was ever part of the team. So I think he would have been okay without Jerry. I think Jerry helped a lot. But he was doing just fine without Jerry. Well, their defense got better in Seattle, and our offense got hurt. We went through injuries. Seattle got better. So it was a hard one, man. You know what? Don't hate me, guys. Don't hate me. But I'm happy for Sam Darnold. I am. I am truly happy for Sam Darnold getting his Super Bowl. I know he got it with the Seahawks. But if you love football, if you're like me and you love football, you should be happy for Sam Darnold. The guy's a hell of a cool person, man. He owes a lot of his success to Brock Purdy. He says it a lot. Sam Darnold says a lot of his success is because of what he learned in that 1 year under Brock Purdy. If we get healthy Ricky and healthy Evans and a mentally healthy, no, you messed up there. BA is gone. I get it, but you know what? I'm going to put it this way. A healthy Ricky, a healthy Evans, and a surprising, out of nowhere rookie by the name of Deshaun Stribling comes out of nowhere and blows people's minds his first year as a rookie. Ooh-wee, if that can happen, I would love to see it. I'll tell you one thing, the run game is back. George Kittle, Sterling, Black, they can all block. So if anybody's happy, it's definitely Christian McCaffrey. Yep, I agree, Kenny. I agree. Imagine BA and Mike. Okay, I know the BA, it's hard for me to imagine BA because let's be honest. The reality of our rookie receiver having a career year as a rookie is a better chance than seeing Brandon Ayuk back as a Niner. And I'm just keeping it real. That poor kid is damaged. I don't know what happened to BA. I don't know when it happened. Who was in his head? But that guy, as soon as he got paid, he wasn't like that before the money. And I don't even know if it's the money, though. Something happened between the negotiation between the Niners and BA that he just couldn't get past. But you would think he accepted, right? He could have demanded a trade, but he accepted the money from the Niners. So you would think, right? You would think if you accept the money from the team, whatever went wrong throughout the negotiations, you were able to put it behind you because you accepted the money. But this kid took the money and he pissed on it. You know how much millions he threw away? I mean, think about it. He threw away a lot of money for not showing up to the Niners camp. That's crazy, bro. I mean, if he's born into a rich family, he's always been rich, I get it. But coming from a lifestyle that he came from, not having money, to finally get that life-changing money, and you're going to throw it away? That's ludicrous. And I know the signing bonus is his, but he still gave a lot of it back. He could have had so much more on top of that. I've never seen somebody do that. Even Antonio, I can't think of his last name. He went crazy, but he went crazy to the end of his career. This kid, I just don't understand it, Kenny. I don't get it. We have to see them on the field first, and Kyle needs to utilize the rookies. Yes. I agree with you. If you drafted a running back to give rest to McCaffrey, I don't care if McCaffrey says, I want to stay in. Kyle, you're the head coach. Take him out. But I understand why Kyle keeps McCaffrey in the lineup, because he's so damn good that a lot of the game plays that he calls doesn't necessarily work if Christian McCaffrey's not in there. Even if he's in there as a decoy, they can work because they have that much respect for CMC. But if this kid Black can do anything close in helping out Christian McCaffrey, where Kyle can game plan around him, imagine a healthy Christian McCaffrey for the playoffs. That would be crazy. it's way too early to say Kyle messed up the draft. That's my point as well. That's like accusing a chef of ruining dinner when he hasn't even walked into the kitchen yet. Yep. Or ruining dinner when you haven't even tasted the food that is in front of you. How can you sit there and say the food doesn't taste good, but you haven't taken a bite? Yeah, but the grade, see, that's the whole thing, bro. No disrespect, JD. I appreciate you having you here, bro. I hope this is not your last time. I hope you continue to come in and hang out with your boy. But how can we truly grade? I never understood that. How can people give grades a couple of days after the draft? That's ludicrous. They're giving grades based on what the Daniel Jeremiahs have said, based on these talking heads in the social media, based on their draft board, how they see the draft board. People want to give grades based on their draft board. I want to give a grade based on their performance 2 to 3 years from now. How can the Niners were an F. The Raiders were a C minus. This team was this, that team was that. How can you grade? I mean, I guess you can do what you want. They do it. But how can you honestly be grading? It's like, you know what it is to me? Imagine going into school, getting ready to take your test, and before you even put your name on the paper, you get an F. What? You're going into your exam to take your test, and before you even put your name on the paper, the professor gives you an F. How? You haven't given any answers yet. That's how I feel when these so-called content creators give grades on a draft based on what the consensus says these players should be taken at. I guess I'm old school. I'll never get it. I'll never understand it. Tremaine, how you doing, sir? Welcome. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel. Sorry that I seen your name a little bit late. Love you, brother. Glad you're here. Glad you are here. I'm enjoying my Saturday night with all of you. And you know the whole Kyle, fire Kyle, Kyle's not good enough. John Lynch sucks. Now, have they made some bad picks? Absolutely. Have they screwed the pooch? Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. They have screwed the pooch multiple times. Solomon Thomas. Danny Gray. Dante Pettis. Reuben Foster. Joe Williams. All these players that I mentioned and haven't mentioned were screw-ups from Kyle. I get it. I get it. But there also were the Nick Bosas, the Deebo Samuels, the Brandon Ayuk before he went AWOL, the Fred Warners, the Greenlaws, Hufanga, Brock Purdy. All these players the draft, excuse me, is a crapshoot. Now, have Kyle messed up on picks? Yes. Have they hit on others? Yes. But when I hear people say that the Niners should fire Kyle, it's ludicrous. And this is what I hear. This is what I hear. Kyle can't win the Super Bowl. Fire him. Kyle falls short from the Super Bowl. Fire him. Now, does it suck losing 2 Super Bowls under Kyle? 100% yes. Yes, yes, yes. It sucks to lose 2 Super Bowls under Kyle. But let's keep it real, guys. The San Francisco 49ers, when Kyle and John Lynch took over, this team was not good. When John Harbaugh took over, when Jim Harbaugh took over as the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, he came in to a good roster that he was just able to utilize and get the best out of that roster, and we won a lot of games. When Kyle and John were hired, first time head coach, first time general manager, this team was terrible. It was terrible. Nobody wanted to play for the Niners in 2016. They came in, dismantled the whole team, and built their own flavor. And in 2 years, guys, 2 years, we went from being trash, not making the playoffs, to going to the Super Bowl. Think about that. John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan have come in, went from not making the playoffs. What's up, Mr. Hardy? Went from not making the playoffs to making it to the Super Bowl in 2 years. Say what you say about Kyle. Say what you want about, yes, Antonio Brown. Thank you, Emmanuel. And welcome back, sir. Good to see you, Manuel. Say what you want about Kyle. He can't win the big one. He took us to a Super Bowl in 2 years of completely changing this roster. The Dallas Cowboys have not been to an NFC Championship game since VHS. The Jets have not been to an NFC Championship game like forever. The Browns haven't been to an AFC Championship in forever. But Kyle and John, they come in as a first-time head coach, a first-time general manager, and a first-time owner, and Jed York, unexperienced, and they make it to the Super Bowl in 2 years. Now, did we lose? Yes. Should the Niners ran the ball more? Yes. Kyle's first Super Bowl. Jimmy Garoppolo overthrew Sanders. We would have won that game, but he overthrew Sanders. The defense gave up on a huge play that switched the momentum over to Kansas City in 2019. We played against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. The Rams go to the Super Bowl. Who do they get? The Bengals with a messed up offense. Seattle makes it to the Super Bowl. Who do they get? The New England Patriots without Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. We go to the Super Bowl twice, and who do we get? Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. And both games, we were kicking their butt. And in 2023, guys, in 2023, the Niners were beating up on the Chiefs so bad that Travis Kelce was yelling at his head coach. You guys remember that? Remember him going off on Andy Reid? Why? Because with Greenlaw and Fred Warner, Travis Kelce could not do anything on that field. We were dominating him. Greenlaw and Fred Warner were dominating. And Greenlaw was jogging back in for another series, and he had a fluke injury. That devastated Fred Warner and the whole defense. It devastated the whole team. Talk about a sucker punch. How is that Kyle's fault? Christian McCaffrey never fumbles. Very rarely. He fumbles the ball in the Super Bowl. On special teams, we messed up. Turn over the ball. How is that Kyle's fault? Then we go into overtime. All right, maybe he didn't know the rules and it took the ball first. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. There's a lot of controversy when it comes to that. But the point is, we were moving the ball and Feliciano gets hurt. He was our starting right guard. He gets hurt. Who comes in? Spencer Burford comes in to replace Feliciano. And one of the most crucial plays, Spencer Burford left Chris Jones untouched. Untouched. To go after Brock Purdy. And we missed on a for sure touchdown. Brock Purdy had two players that he could have scored on. Please forgive me, I don't remember their names, but I know you guys do. But Spencer Burford, he left their arguably the best pass rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2023 untouched. Tell me, how is that Kyle's fault? How is that Kyle's fault? But yet, a lot of Niner fans want to blame Kyle for not winning the Super Bowl. And the last time I checked, you have to be relevant. You have to win a lot of games to make it to the playoffs. You got to win the playoff games to have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. And once you get to the Super Bowl, you have a 50-50 of getting that Lombardi. And Kyle gave us, the fans, two opportunities. But yet Kyle should get fired. I will never, ever understand that. Yeah, Kinlaw was another mistake. Although he was going to beat up on Grant Cohn, so I'm okay with that. If you ask me, he should have beat up Grant Cohn. Kicked his beep. We missed guys like, I I remember having an argument with a Niner fan, told me that we would have never been able to get Tristan Wirf in the draft. I'm like, are you kidding me? We traded out of that spot. And we gave that spot to Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay took Wirf with that. If the Niners would have wanted him, they could have taken him right there. Imagine having Tristan Wirf, an old pro, at right tackle, and then having Trent Williams, an old pro, at the left side. And yet, Kyle and John gets, and I understand why they went for Kinlaw. I get it. We have just traded DeForest Buckner, or we let him go, not trade. We let him go, and they needed a replacement, so they went for Kinlaw. So I understood why they did it. But imagine having Wirf on one side and Big Trent on the other. Ooh-wee. How sweet that would have been. Nope, not on my screen, buddy. Get off my screen. Listen, 10 years, no results. I don't blame some for speaking it. Again, listen, Cam, you can be disappointed and upset that we haven't won the Super Bowl. I get it. I got spoiled. I got to experience 5 Super Bowl wins. I got to experience 5 what do you call it? Come on, Beto. Come on, Niner sickness. What do they call that when you win a Super Bowl? Parade. Oh my goodness. I got to experience 5 parades in San Francisco after 5 wins. I get it, young blood. You guys want to experience the same thing. And I hope you do sometime soon. But Kyle, whether you believe me or not, gives you the best chance to win a Super Bowl. Last year, how many people were hurt? How many people were hurt? And we still won 13 games. We won 13 games. We went into Philadelphia. And we beat the defending world champions, took them out in their house with a depleted roster. We had a hurt roster with only 20 sacks all year. We go into Philadelphia and we take out the defending champions. Whether they were good or not that year, it doesn't matter. We were hurt. One thing we can say about Kyle, he has never been one and done in the playoffs. Since he's been here, he has never been one and done in the playoffs. He's never been one and done. How many teams, the Cowboys, other teams, they make it to the playoffs and they exit in the first round? Not Kyle. Not Kyle. Oops, sorry. Hold on, guys. I have a screen right here. This is a screen right here in front of me, and they like to fly on top of it, and they like to poop. So they're not going to do that. So yes, we haven't won in 10 years, but we've been irrelevant. Haven't we been relevant? Let's be honest. Haven't we been relevant in 10 years? Haven't we won a lot of games? Haven't we enjoyed watching the Niners beat up on the Dallas Cowboys, beat up on the Rams, beat up on a lot of teams throughout the years? I get it. Kyle hasn't won the big one, but he gets us there. Him and John Lynch gets us an opportunity to get to the Super Bowl. Last year, with all the injured players, we win 13 games. It's okay for you to be frustrated with Kyle. It is. What's up, Terradome? Welcome, sir. You are within your right to be frustrated with Kyle. I'm not saying you shouldn't be. You are within your right to be frustrated with John Lynch. I'm not saying you shouldn't be. It's been 10 years and you haven't experienced a Super Bowl win. And I know you don't get a trophy for second place. I get it. But they have given us opportunity to win a Super Bowl by making it. If you don't make it to the Super Bowl, what are the chances of winning the Super Bowl if you don't make it? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you don't make it to the Super Bowl, what is your percentage on winning the Super Bowl? 0, right? Cowboys can't even make it to the NFC Championship. Jets can't make it to the AFC Championship. The Browns can't make it to the AFC Championship. The Jaguars, whatever teams are out there, they cannot make it to the championship game, much less the Super Bowl. And we have made it to multiple championship games, and we won 2. And if Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt against Philadelphia, we win that one as well. That would have been 3 Super Bowls. Now, maybe we would have lost that one too. I don't know. But my point being is, Kyle and John gives us opportunity to win a Super Bowl. Yes, it's frustrating that we don't win it. Yes, it sucks going to the Super Bowl and losing. It does suck. Kansas City is a hell of a team, man. We didn't get the same Kansas City team that Tampa Bay got when Tampa Bay defeated the Chiefs. When we faced Kansas City, we faced a well-rounded team. There's no shame in losing to a good team. It's not like the Niners got destroyed. It's not like the Niners got embarrassed in those Super Bowls. Imagine losing 53 or 52-3. Now you may say a loss is a loss. All right, that's fair. That's fair. A loss is a loss. That is fair. But you were not humiliated in those losses. You might have been upset, but you were not humiliated in those losses. If we would have lost 52-3, 52-10, not only we've been hurt that we lost, but people would have been making fun of us. Kyle and John Lynch gives us the best chances. Now, if you want him to be fired, I need a replacement for Kyle. I need a replacement for Kyle. Who is replacing Kyle? Who? You know that there's teams out there that will fire. They will fire their current coaches just for the opportunity to hire Kyle. If we let go of Kyle, these teams will fire their current head coach in many cases to hire Kyle. I think we get spoiled because we win, and we win. And then when we come short, we suck. Now, it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be upset. You are entitled to that. You are a passionate fan. You love your team. You want to experience a Super Bowl win. I get it. When we lose, it sucks big time. But to fire Kyle or to fire John Lynch just because we came short is not the solution. Yeah, he made some bad calls. Absolutely. He definitely made some bad calls. Let me show you my bird's cage. Oh, you did not land on top of there. Hold on, guys. This is the cage where they live at, and my bird just landed on top of my camera. Get off the camera, buddy. That's my bird cage. This is my head. This is my, remember I was talking about the monitors? This is a monitor that they want to jump on. Sorry, I don't want to get you all dizzy. Let me get you back. This is also, for those that haven't seen, this is my camera setup. Those are all my lenses. Those are all my tripods. These are all my tripods in the bottom, my bags. But the Niners has given us opportunity to chance to win a Super Bowl. Maybe this year. Papa Jay said it earlier. He has a feeling this is going to be a special year. Maybe it is. Maybe we win a Super Bowl this year. Nothing's impossible, right? I love this Sterling pick and Romello pick. Let's go. Right on. I like the picks. I can't love on these picks until I see them play. I'm not going to sit there and say they're trash, and I'm not going to sit there and say they are great picks. I need to see these guys on the field. I need to see them perform. By the end of 2026, based on the opportunities they get to play, I will have a better evaluation on which way they're trending. But reality is 2 to 3 years to get the max on these kids. Wirfs and Williams, same team. Kyle is allergic to the best offensive line. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. It seems that way, doesn't it, Terradome? It does. It feels like I don't want the best on my team. We establish greatness. We win games. Do I want to win another Super Bowl? Absolutely. Do we dominate in the regular season? We have. I mean, nobody saw us winning 13 games last year based on the injuries, if you keep it real. And yet Kyle did not get the chance to win Coach of the Year. Come on now. And I said this earlier, Cam. Listen, a win is a win. I get it. A win is a win. You win a championship, it's yours forever. No matter how you won it, you won it. I get it. I do get that. But if we can be honest with ourselves, between the Rams and the Bengals, who had the better quarterback? Who had the better quarterback? Matthew Stafford or Joe Burrow? At that time. Not who might be the best quarterback when it's all said and done, But who had the better quarterback in that Super Bowl? Besides, the offensive line of the Cincinnati Bengals were trash and they were hurt. They couldn't protect Joe Burrow if their life depended on it. And yet, the Rams struggled with Cincinnati. They got the W, but they struggled. The Seattle Seahawks went to the Super Bowl this past year. Credit to them. They still got there. But they faced a New England Patriot team without Tom Brady and without Belichick. Without Belichick. No Belichick, no Tom Brady. So Seattle wins. When we went in 2019, we faced Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Now, Patrick Mahomes was barely taking off. Andy Reid hasn't won a Super Bowl to that point. But once we face him in 2023, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid have been established, and they were a very good team. I mean, it sucks that we lost. I don't believe that. I do believe that if Greenlaw never gets hurt, we win that game. I really do. If Greenlaw does not get hurt in that Super Bowl, we beat the Chiefs based on the trajectory of that game up to that point. Based on the trajectory of that game up to that point, if Greenlaw doesn't get hurt, we win that game. But it sucked. Some guy that I know does not believe in luck when it comes to football, which I think is ludicrous. He says there's no luck involved, no good luck or no bad luck in football. And I'm like, are you nuts? Luck, bad luck and good luck plays a big part in football. Bad luck for us, Greenlaw gets hurt. Good luck for the Chiefs, they were able to take advantage of him being out. Bad luck that Christian McCaffrey fumbles the ball when he normally doesn't fumble. Good luck for the Chiefs, right? So, listen, guys, I get it. I get it. We haven't won our 6th trophy, but I really believe the Niners, I believe Kyle will get another Super Bowl win. I do. Maybe I'm just projecting. Maybe this is just, maybe I'm blind and I can't see because I don't want to see it. Maybe you guys are right. But I believe that Kyle and John will win another Super Bowl and bring the 6th Lombardi trophy before they are gone. I do. Yes, they have. I don't get your point, but yes, they have. I mean, you know how hard it is to win a Super Bowl, Cam? You might say, well, it ain't hard for the Eagles. It ain't hard for the Rams. It's hard, man. I wish we would have won. I wish we would have beaten at least one of those 2 games against the Chiefs. Being relevant is not good enough. You want to win a Super Bowl. But I'm not going to deny that we haven't been relevant. We have. And every year, if we can stay healthy, we have the chance to win a Super Bowl. A lot of teams, even with a healthy roster, cannot say that. Now, we may be starving for a Super Bowl win, but we haven't been starving for a Super Bowl appearance. How many times have the Dallas Cowboy fans, I mean, think about it. The Cowboys won their last Super Bowl around the same time the Niners did, right? So neither the Niner fans nor the Cowboy fans have experienced a Super Bowl win since the late 90s, right or wrong. But we as Niner fans, at least we can say we know how it is. We got that feeling of going to the championship, winning two of them, and then getting the chance for those that never experienced in their lifetime the Niners playing a game in a Super Bowl on TV other than watching replays or old games. At least you can say, I got to experience seeing my team in a Super Bowl, not once, but twice, and maybe three times if you go back as Harbaugh. Cowboy fans cannot say the same thing. They cannot say the same thing. Those fans have not, the young kids have not experienced the Cowboys in a Super Bowl. All they have is the history. Now, all we have is the same history of winning 5, but we got the opportunity to watch them in a Super Bowl during your lifetime, for those that were born after 1994. And hopefully, the next time the Niners make it to the Super Bowl, they actually win it so that you guys can get the complete experience of not only going to the Super Bowl, but winning it. I want it so bad for you guys. I want the Niners winning the Super Bowl, not even for me, not even for the Niners. I want them to win a Super Bowl for all you young fans out there that never watched the Niners win a Super Bowl on national TV without watching a replay. I want to see the Niners bring that experience to you guys. You guys deserve it. And I'm praying that it happens. And I'm a firm believer that Kyle will give you those best chances. Not saying fire Kyle. Maybe not you, Terradome. And many Niner fans don't. But for the majority of them, they want Kyle to be fired. And I'm like, okay, who are you bringing in, though? Another Jim Tansula? Another Mike Singletary? Another Chip Kelly? Another, God, he slipped my mind. What was the name of the head coach that used to wear a suit? Back when we drafted Alex Smith. What was his name? He always wore a suit on Sunday because his dad, Dick Nolan. Now, Dick was his last name, his dad's name. So the last name was Nolan. Mike Nolan. There we go. Do we want another Mike Nolan as a head coach? Absolutely not. Let me tell you, sometimes we don't know what we have until we don't have it anymore. And then we're like, oh crap, I want it back. I want it back. Be careful what you wish for. All I'm saying. Be careful what you wish for, because if we fire Kyle and we don't win, we don't make the playoffs for years, you're going to wish Kyle was back here. And again, I get it. I want them to win a Super Bowl for you guys. But we can't dismiss that the Niners have been relevant and they have been fun to watch, other than the losses in the Super Bowl, of course. But I got to be honest. My mid-season, I didn't think we were going to make the playoffs because of the injury. There you go. There you go. You're being honest, Papa J. You're like, man, with all these injuries, even though we had an easy schedule, so-called easy schedule, but because of all the injuries, those schedule wasn't that easy after all. And yet, the Niners found a way to win 13 games, make it into the playoffs, go into a hostile environment, go into Philadelphia, and take out the defending world champions. And we end their season. Then we went back and we ran into a juggernaut of the Seattle defense. And those injuries finally came into roost. And we lost. Sucks. But that's reality. All right, Tanisha, God bless you and have a wonderful Sunday yourself. You're probably already gone. I'm behind on these comments. But if you're still in the chat, good night, Tanisha. Love you. Thank you for all your support. The Niners will get a Super Bowl under, I agree. Yes.
Correctamundo.
I really do. Only based on the history. How can you say that, Brad? How can you say that, Niners sickness? History says it. We made it to 2 Super Bowls under Kyle. Other coaches have never been to a championship game. Now, there's other coaches like the head coach of the Seahawks. His second year as a head coach, and he already won a Super Bowl. Some coaches coach forever and never make it to a Super Bowl. Another coach in his second year wins a Super Bowl. That's what you gotta love about football, man. You gotta love that about football. So unpredictable. So unpredictable. 45 years of bleeding this red and gold. I've seen the glory years and the dark years. I'm with you, Cam. I'm with you. Like I said, I've been watching the Niners since 1977. And let me tell you, before Bill Walsh, before Steve DeBerg and Joe Montana, it was not fun to watch football back then. All right. I get you. All right, my apologies. I got you. I'll try not to. Please bear with me if I do it again. Have mercy. My beloved friend. But I get it. You don't want to speak our team in the same breath with those teams. I got you. Brother. Yes, we do. And I believe we will get it. I really do. I believe we will get it. Yes, Mike Nolan. It was the guy, thank you guys, that as soon as I said his dad's name, Dick Nolan, it came to memory. Beto, we will not get the sorriest of the sorry. No, a loss is a loss. I get it. A defeat is a defeat. But I really believe that Kyle And John gives us the best opportunity. And this draft class is going to help us get there sooner or keep us from getting there soon. Now, Upton Stout looked promising. That kid looks promising. Ricky Purcell, if he can stay healthy, and it's a huge if, but if that kid can stay healthy, that kid is special. Alfred Collins is going to be a special player. That kid's going to be special when it's all said and done. Hold that receipt. Hold that receipt. It is 11:05. May 2nd. Niner Sickness said, Alfred Collins, when it all said and done, is going to be a special player. I'm not saying Hall of Fame, but he's going to be a damn good player. I seen it in him. That kid, when he gets it, I mean, look how strong he played last year. The Niners weren't the only ones who had bad luck during those Super Bowls. I also had bad luck because a week before those two Super Bowls, I had to deal with seizures. I am so sorry to hear that, Crazy Jews. I am truly sorry to hear about your seizures. Football is football. It's just a game. It's just a passion. Seizures are the real deal. Prayers, and my love goes to you, Crazy Juice. I hope you get better. I'll be praying for you, my friend. I'll be willing to give up any future Super Bowls wins if it means you will never, ever have to face another seizure in your life. There's nobody better than Kyle out there that it's available. Absolutely, Papa. Nobody. That has been proven. Now, there may be those guys out there that we don't know about, but they have been proven to this point. There's nobody out there. The grass is never greener on the other side of the fence. Well, I like that. The Eagles won 2 Super Bowls despite their head coaches. Yep. I mean, a lot of luck comes into play, right? A lot of luck, circumstances. I really believe if Greenlaw does not get hurt in that game against Kansas City in 2023, Kyle would have had his first Super Bowl under his belt. We all would have experienced our 6th Lombardi trophy, and we all would have been having a different conversation tonight. But that blow, that injury, the Greenlaw, and the way it happened was devastating. If you remember Fred Warner, when he was jogging alongside D, when D went down, not D. Get out of here, D. You belong in Dallas. When Dre went down, that was a huge blow to that defense, man. And nobody hit that more, was unable to hide it than Fred Warner. You saw that expression on his face. Prior to that injury, Travis Kelce was not able to do anything. But because of bad luck, He gets hurt, and the rest is history. And then not only him, as bad as that was, but then Feliciano, who was playing good right guard, gets hurt as well. And then you bring in Spencer Burford, and then you let the best defender of the Chiefs that year in Chris Jones come through untouched on a crucial play to score a touchdown to win the game, or at least keep it tied. I'm telling you, man, that game should have been our win, but it didn't happen. But I believe Kyle will get us there eventually. Eventually. And anyone could say, let's bring in a coach from the University of Indiana, but we never know if it would be an upgrade. I mean, listen, guys, if Kyle, let's say 2026 and 2027, we lose more games than we win. I mean, we are just straight up going downhill. We win 4 games. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but just for sake of argument, we win 4 or 5 games in 26. We win less in 27. At that point, I can see taking a chance on bringing in another head coach to see what that coach can or cannot do. I see it. But when Kyle Shanahan wins 13 games with all the injuries on the roster, why would we want to take a chance on a different coach? That's all I'm saying. If Kyle begins to blow it in 26 and begins to blow it in 27, and we don't make the playoffs and we can't get to the playoffs no more, I can understand why Niner fans would want to move on from Kyle and at least take the chance that we hit on another coach. At that point, I can gamble. All right, if we get a coach that's better than Kyle, good for us. If we don't, at least we tried. But when you have a coach that wins 13 games with a depleted, injured roster, try in the world would I want to take a chance on a different coach. Make it make sense. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it is going on 2 hours. I told myself I was going to do it only for an hour, but I can talk the years off a wooden Indian. Some of you guys will get that. Some of you won't. It was a pleasure on this beautiful Saturday night. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for hanging out with me, talking 49er football, and spending the evening. You guys are amazing. Make sure to hit the like button if you haven't did that already. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe and share the video with all your friends and loved ones. God bless. Have a wonderful night. Go Niners. And we'll see you guys on the next Let's Talk Niners with your host, Niner Sickness. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful night. And we'll see you when we see you. Peace. Buenas noches. Que Dios los bendiga a todos. Los vemos.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.